What in the fuck was that?
Achieved with CryEngine.
Are you? Aiden. How do I not have Aiden Pride on here? Or Carla. Okay.
Hey, Belmont, how's it going, man?
Hey, not bad yourself. Yeah, I've been out driving around all morning, so I'm like, did I set something up? Did I do that? I can't check anything. I'm like, better be quick when I get home.
Yeah, there's last week on Sunday we actually agreed to do You said you were gonna try and cast this match, and
Oh yeah, because I said he asked if I was going to cast it or not.
yeah, you said you were gonna try, and that if you were going to cast it, that I could cast it with you.
Okay, that makes sense. I usually do it through the chat, so I'm like, where's it in chat? Like, did I not do this? Didn't set anything up.
The team one is 228 this week, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm inviting Whiskey right now.
Okay. Believe I'm more or less ready. Less being the key. The key one there. There's the stats page. Map ban. Eesh. I will send. Who am I looking for? Aiden Pride. Okay, it is live with the tournament TV. Oh, I'm not muted at all. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Week 4 Martial Olympiad Div D, which I have nothing organized on this page, so don't worry about that. I will do that as I roll. I'm here today with my co-host Seabiscuit, not Daidachi from the picture, like I said. Everything will be changed on the fly here since I had no time. Seabiscuit, can you tell what's going on today?
Yeah, we've got 228 Death from Below and Smoke Adder's 505th. So that's going to be Aiden Pride and Curlin's team. So we should have a pretty decent match tonight.
Or this morning?
Yeah. Yes, this morning, actually. This afternoon. Depends where you're from.
That is true, yes. It's early for us.
Yeah, I rolled out of bed about 5 minutes ago, so.
Yeah, I've only been up for an hour, and I was busy shopping, dropping kids off, so I was literally here 5-2. Pretty short. So we do have one team, Lobby 228 is ready, waiting for Smoke Adders to show up.
Yeah, waiting for Aiden Pride.
That looks good to me. Div D week 4, you're on there. 228, Smoke Adders, 0 kills. Alright. Yeah, nice week 4 match week. Again, we got Classic Forest Colony. Drop 1, drop 2's HBG Manifold, like the old school days. Then drop 4 5 again with the map band between Alpine Peaks, River City, Rubelite, Terra Therma, and Viridian Bog.
Speaking of which, can you get that link up
For the
map band?
You want the so Wesley. Yes. Sent.
Thank you.
And as always, we have in drop 1, 575 to 625 tonnage. Team 1 is home team. Strikes are allowed. Drop 2 and 3 is domination. 350 to 375 tons. Team 1 is home team for drop 1. Then we flip it for team 2 to be home. No lock-on weapons. As well as drop 4 and 5 are full conquest again with a max of 480 tonnage. Team 2 is home to start again, and then flip mode to team 1. As always, and as the drop says, each chassis may only be used 3 times. Hopefully teams have that organized, as it is a cluster F if you decide to change things mid-match. But still waiting on Aiden.
Yes, we are.
Damn you, Smoke Adders. Oh yeah, he's online now. He took my friendship.
I don't see Carlin online either.
Yeah, I do not. Well, I just added him, I think, so. Might be sleeping. This is an early match. This is almost EU time match. Match time.
Yeah, but it is a Sunday, though.
True. People in chat. What else do we have? Where am I? Losing my mind here. Marshall Olympiad. What other matches we got going on here since we got some... Oh! Smoke Adders are here finally. Very nice. We have lots of other matches today, but I don't know if anyone's casting anything, because we got Majestic 12 versus I Hate My Team at 1:30. Imperial versus Div Bead Bananas. Div Aardvarks versus The Answer. Diamond Shark 39th against Aces Wild, and then DSAG against Cameron's Highlanders. Which is going to be an interesting one for Div C, since DSAG actually beat us. Got a lot of issues there.
Yeah, that was a good match between D4 and DSAG.
It was interesting, that's for sure. I wonder, do you want to get that map band rolling?
Yeah, we can go ahead and knock that out.
Let me date the new one. There we go. Oh, of course, we typed it in the wrong place. Shorten it up that time. Yeah, it's been an interesting map ban season because a lot of teams have been picking Rubelite. So.
Yeah, it seems Rubelite, River City, and Alpine Peaks, the maps that really favor the cap and control strategies, have been picked more and more often.
Yeah.
And there we see a ban on Terra Therma, which is pretty much the same thing again. So
Yeah, nobody likes playing the hot map. Which kinda sucks. I like Terra Therma. So yeah, we got 228 taking it out. Just waiting on Smoke Adders, Aiden and Pride, since I sent him the link. Just letting him know again that it is good to go on the mat ban. No, it's not here. Smoke Adders taking away Alpine Peaks, as well as 228 Death from Below taking out Viridian Bog, so just leaving us with River City, which has now been taken. We are hitting Rubelite again.
yeah, it's one of my favorite maps too, so I don't mind.
It is a good map. A lot of interesting places to battle or move around. So
Yeah, so you can pretty much do whatever strategy you want to do on this map. It's just big enough for a cap strat. Not too big for a brawl push to not work. So it's unique in that factor.
yeah, nice map for that. So this should be an interesting matchup between 228 and SA, because 228 is in third place with SA in fourth, but both of these teams are just waiting to finish this matchup, where 228 has a nice kill death lead on their mechs with the 54, only 3 under 79th Raptor Talon Cluster. Smoke Adders only with a -4, so they have not been on the good side of the mech destruction, but they are still 2-0-1, so they are both in the same boat. It'll be interesting to see how this one pans out. Who's taking the lead on this?
So it looks like we have Team 1 locked.
Yeah, just waiting on Smoke Adders, who have been moving around, so they will be should be ready to go right away here. Do you expect a brawl push here, or do you expect a little bit of long range trade?
On this map, you can do a little bit of either. I expect the Team 1 side, the side at the bottom of the hill, to probably do a push, and the Team 2 side to receive. We've seen that pretty much every match so far on this map.
It's true. I mean, it is a small map, so
It is.
I'm hoping for a tunnel push, but then again, I'm always hoping for a tunnel push, so it is my opinion.
We saw every tunnel push so far has been met with loss so far, as we saw with the MS versus White Knight Legion last night.
Yeah. It's too bad, because when you know how to do it, or if you don't waste your whole team on it.
Yeah.
Alright, on the Smoke Adder side, I have 2 Blood Asps, Marauder 2C, Linebacker Prime, as well as the Linebacker Red Line. Assassin 21, Fafnir 5, so probably LBX 10 build, and another Blood Asp, maxing out their 3. So what do you have on the 228 side?
228 has an DACA Annihilators, DACA Blood Asps, a Fafnir, and 2 Piranha. So it looks like they're going straight up for a DACA push.
We've captured resource point Sigma. Kappa is under enemy control.
Yeah, Smoke Adder's pushing hard onto Kappa here. Just got the cap. Gonna run back though. Interesting, but I mean, don't they have any... The Assassin is their fastest mech, so... Or linebacker?
Yeah, the Piranhas. While the Assassin's really good at taking out lights, I think the Piranhas are going to be well suited to take out the Assassin if it comes down to it.
Yeah, I know having a Piranha in a type of situation like this is a good thing. Anything with a lot of machine guns.
Beta is controlled by
So
the
you can
enemy.
finish off mechs with all the crit damage.
Yeah, so it's the first time I've seen the red line so far.
I have seen one before, but it can't remember whose match it was, but it got wasted pretty quick. Rendition just getting lit up over here. Behind cover. 228
Yeah,
does have
so-
a nice position out there by the boat, so...
So with a few of their mech choices, I think 228's going to want to push up here soon. They like the Fafnir, for example, has heavy Gauss rifles.
Oh yeah,
So
good range
they're
profile.
Yeah, but it looks like they're really trying to get rendition down.
Yeah, him and Therax are in a bad place, that's for sure. Lots of fire going down.
So 228's being very good about shooting the same mech with their the AC2s here. It looks like they have rack 2s on those annihilators as well.
Who is over there? Oh, Whiskey. Whiskey's doing the one on all the trading. He is, yeah.
Yeah,
Probably
Whiskey.
taking more of the brunt of that, but...
Yeah, Whiskey's taking a whole lot of damage, down to 68%, 64. It's like he's been focused down. Rendition, I think he's almost cored center torso here at 77%. Oh, his right torso.
But that might be a perfect strike on them, too. Yep. Hit Therax with that strike. Beautiful targeting on that one.
Yeah, hit him 3 times with the same strike.
Oh yeah, Rendition is cored, with that also almost losing that torso.
Here come the Piranhas are in the cave right now.
This is an interesting situation, though, because half of Smoke Adders is leaving, going to chase down those 2 lights.
Yeah, the 2 linebackers and the assassin will be able to take these lights out. Or they should be able to pretty easily. So Furky already down to 75%, 70%.
I just think, yeah, Smoke Adders, they need to do something. They need to do it a little bit quicker, get better eyes on this corner, but... Does that red line have PPCs? A 2-ER PPC red line? Why?
So Zylog now taking the brunt of the AC2 fire here. And 228's still not really pushing up. They're just kind of hanging out around the boat. Looks like they're trying to rotate around towards Theta.
Yeah, which isn't... They're doing good work on him, yeah, but there goes Demento. They were just leaving him behind.
Yeah, it's the first annihilator down. It looks like Whiskey's going to be the next target.
Yeah, Whiskey needs to duck down a bit and let somebody else take a few more hits while he can...
And Tofurky dives in on the assault mechs.
Yeah, not a bad idea. If he could take out... He could technically take out Zalak, Myantra, and Therax here all in the orange, so...
Oh, yeah. And Zenthlock here is pretty much untouched, but Tofurky looks like he's about to go down. But they're going to take Aiden Pride with them.
Yep. I think he shut down, too.
And there's Tofurky down. Aiden's down. Zenthlock gets legged. The assassin and linebackers came in to help clean up those light mechs.
Oh, and that is a tough one for T2A to lose, those Piranhas.
Yeah, it looks like they're about to get the cap lead if they take Theta, but not having their light mechs, while Smoke Cutters has them, it's going to allow Smoke Cutters to take the cap lead back pretty easy. But it does look like they're just losing the fight here.
Yeah, Morticia Melon just getting massacred out here by the red lines.
They did take out Red Smith, though. Now Wissy's getting targeted down by the assassin and linebacker. And Kuya Morphine coming around to try and cover him.
Yeah, as Whiskey only has one AC2 left, so he is almost incapacitated anyways, but they're gonna have to do something quick here, because, I mean, there's a lot of hurt mechs on the Smoke Adder side. Whiskey have? Is it not showing me Whiskey's rotary 2 that still works? I feel like that's what's going on.
He's got one AC2, one rotary 2.
Oh yeah.
It looks like it was jammed when you were looking at it last.
Because I'm hovering on him on the thing that's not showing me it, but yeah, LOD goes trying to move around. Obenfuhr, yeah, in a bad place, 20% as well. Got a lot of good tanking of armor here. I like these low numbers. Whiskey's
these
Mantra, good job there.
It's down to the two linebackers, or so linebacker, assassin, and blood aspect's almost down for smoke adders.
Yeah, I think these two fast-moving mechs is going to be a... Oh no! Taking out the linebacker, just leaving smoke left, and the assassin here in the fight.
Yeah, it looks like Therex is trying to move to Sigma to try and make sure they win off of Caps. They do have the ticket advantage, and Smoked makes it out.
Yeah, and they're going to have to do something. Like I said, they're going to have to hold them quick, because Situate is in a better position here, with LOD Ghost still being in a good percentage-wise. And I believe the Blood Ass moves 64 until they lose a torso?
Yeah, 64.8.
So yeah, they are in a good place now that they've got Theta, but yeah, they need to take out that assassin. I don't think LED Ghost is gonna get him. Well, they're about to touch Sigma, so their axe is in a good place right now.
Now it looks like it's going to be a cap win for Smoke Adders unless 228 can get on it. I don't see them being able to physically. Looks like they've got somebody about to jump in on Gamma.
Yeah, I don't think with these percentages they're still going to have a 2 cap lead, so... Or not a cap lead, but the 2. You're going to have Sigma and Epsilon regardless, because 228 is too far away. But a good brawl overall.
Oh, it was a very good brawl shootout.
Just too bad 228 got stuck on that island. Had they been able to push out more, they might have been able to sneak up and take Gamma a lot earlier.
There's LED Ghost coming in on Sigma.
You gonna get another one? So they got a second. Ah, that's it. That was a good match, but a good win for Smoke Adders.
Yeah, it was a really, really close match here, just all together. 228 winning the fight, but taking just too long to be able to come back on those.
Yeah. Yeah, those are nice damage numbers across the board, too. Like I said, there was a lot of tanking of damage there. Everybody decided to pivot a lot of damage all over their mechs, so... Won't you? There we go. Finally. Let me switch that over to the nice stat sheet. Oh yeah, Smoke Adder's doing a bit of team damage with 2 guys at 35 and UNFO at 45. Still not too bad, not too high, which is nice to see, but yeah. Beautiful damage numbers.
Yeah, my entrant there is doing 850, 881 damage apiece. So 228 seems like their damage is a little bit more even throughout their team. Smoke Adder is doing more damage overall.
Yeah, it was like I said, it was too bad for Zenlock and Tofurky and the Piranhas doing really good damage numbers, but just I think they picked the wrong mech in Aiden Pride. I think they should have been focusing on Zylog and or I can't remember who was the other guy there. Unless it was Therax, and that's when he started to sneak off. Which was a good move by him to go take the cap points. I mean, he was legged, but he did have weapons, but like I said, it's got to make a choice, and it's
Right.
taking the Cap lead on Kappa and then heading to Epsilon was not a bad choice at all. Update that.
I'm surprised Whiskey lived.
Yeah, he was super damaged out there, that's for sure. Christmas miracle, he was still alive.
It's a Saturday night miracle, everybody.
6. Two to 8 was really close in that one. It was nice to see, but like I said, sometimes the Cap strategy sometimes is extremely hard. Like when you bring out the piranhas, you want the piranhas to kill. That's what they're there for. But
Yeah, so when the Piranhas pushed in, they weren't really being supported by the assaults on the team. So Smokeheaders was able to just turn around and shoot them until they died.
yeah,
So I believe if 228 had pushed in while the Piranhas were going, then this would have been a completely different story.
yeah. Transcode.
And both teams are here fully.
And 228 is locked. See how this one rolls around. I do not expect a basement defense in this one, so but we'll see.
Yeah. Oh, Carlin just now logged in.
Our man, let's hope he gets a drop in here at least. Yeah, just waiting for smoke cutters to move around a little bit. Or whatever they're doing. Just partying. Yeah, it's interesting to see because Smoke Adders, the 373rd, is actually having a rough time in Div B.
Hey, they had one over on us a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah, because they were 2-win, 2-loss, so although I believe that is still...
Yeah, it's still pretty even. Most of the teams in Div B for North America are 2-2 right now. I think MS and White Knight Legion are the only two that are not.
Yeah. Is correct. 2, yeah, but they just won.
Yeah, oh, and 42.
Oh, before I forget, I should probably put this in the game so we don't do a radio cast.
Yeah.
I keep myself organized.
Yeah, so 228 taking a couple of Crabs, Mistlinks, Nova, Line, Commando 1D with Chortles. That's a tough one there. And a Stormcrow for Whiskey.
That's some nice paint colors on those mechs. Got Demento Kuya running around the other way too. Yeah, on the Smoke Adder side, we got some Shadow. No, that's a Shadow Cat, sorry. Roughneck, Mistlinks, another Shadow Cat Prime, Roughneck 2A, Bushwhacker X1, Arctic Cheetah, and another Shadowhawk Prime. So 3 Shadowhawks. Shadow Cats, damn it. Ah, damn you abbreviation. So they are looking to... Yeah, we got Maya Rancher and UFO getting on the wall here. Looks like Don T was kind of out of position, trying to get up there the hard way.
Yeah, Shadowcats are really good for being up here on the wall like this. Let's see how 228 responds to the long range strategy.
Yeah, Aiden Pride in that 3 Ultra AC-5 Roughneck.
And Mayantra and Unfo taking a huge strike. Unfo already down to 73%.
Ooh. That is one of the main problems with being on the wall, though. Not a lot of places to move around. Or if you jump down, it's a while to get back into the fight, so... But 228 playing it smart here, playing the lower ground. They have a lot of cover. So,
Yeah, looks like a strike's coming down on him. Just hit Whiskey.
yeah, touch Whiskey down to 90%.
So they are going underneath here.
Well, not a bad way to do it. I mean, if they know a rough position of where they are, they could push on Zylog and Smoked here pretty easily.
Yeah, it looks like they're just trying to avoid the fire of the 3 PBC mechs here from Smoke. And there's another strike down and miss both Dante and Info. Oh, Tofurky's still up top here.
Oh yeah, Dawn did. I think Dawn did get touched by that strike down to 96% now. That stuff, those 3 Shadow Cats just putting all eyes on deck and knowing where the 228 is at all times. Oh, I think Chortle's got lucky there not getting touched by that strike. Although he was in a good position to be further away from it, though.
Yeah, looks like Tofurky's way out of position here. Nobody can cover him. Shooting in on Zylog and Smoked.
Yeah, he's trying to keep eyes on Smoke Adders, but with that 2-to-1, I don't know if that's a good place to be. Kind of just want to keep eyes and not get shot at.
Yeah, Smoked is on the ramp here. Wonder if 228's going to come around and shoot him in the back. And he just walks in front of the entire team. Only goes down to 88%.
Just got lucky there.
Yeah, I think it was a surprise to them, too.
We got one of the Shadow Cats repositioned to the other side of the wall. Ooh, close strike on Don T.
Yeah, that does actually hit him. And Info's down to 68% as well.
Yeah, Smoke Adder's doing a nice strategy up here, too. I mean, they got a lot of UAVs in the air. I can't see, or they had UAVs in the air. It's just showing them on my minimap still.
Yeah, there's no UAVs up anymore.
Say, like, I'm looking in the air. I'm like, I don't see nothing. Yeah, 228's gonna have to find a way to do something here. I mean, they are still losing in the domination lead as well, but...
Yeah, so if the time runs down, T28 will lose this drop. So Zylog and Smokes holding onto the circle for the rest of the team.
Yeah, so they...
Here we go. Info has actually moved over to the side here to start shooting underneath.
Another beautiful strike. Took Kingdom Come down, I think, 5% from 89 to 84, so... Nice. The strategy actually is working. They are nicely wearing down Smoke Adder slowly with these strikes, but...
Yeah, Tofurky, though, down to 74% from all the PBC fire.
I think this is going to be a push from 228 here on Therax. Ooh, nice focus fire on that Bushwhacker. He's not going to be here for long.
Yeah, it looks like Tofurky's staying in the circle for him.
Yeah, this was the good time to come out with those Shadow Cats not having great eyes on position, not
Oh,
being
yeah.
fire on them.
Yeah, the only problem is those Shadowcats don't have a lot of DPS, so in the brawl, you see the team is really just kind of folding here. And Tofurky's still sitting in the center,
Yeah, he's
making sure.
fighting Zylog up there, but he's just got to stay in there so nothing changes.
Yeah, you don't want to move out of the circle and lose at the last second from cap points.
Yeah,
White Knight Legion.
Yeah, 228 having a nice push around this corner here. Trying to focus on Zylog and that mislink so he doesn't get any good chances to take them. And there he goes.
Yep, Zylog down. We're down to Unfo at 60% and smoked in this Artichita 70%. And Tofurky looks like he's going to try and take him on one-on-one.
Which, yeah, not a great idea, but that, yeah, that is the small laser.
Yeah, it looks like they're both missing an arm.
Oh, I ruined it. There we go. Yeah, UNFO going to be going down pretty quick here with that red shoulder. As well as those legs hurt.
And he's legged, and he's down. Good win here from 228.
That was a
8-0.
beautiful push on 228, yeah. Or from.
Yeah, they just softened them up with strikes over and over again, and it looks like pretty much every strike landed at least something.
Basically, yeah. Somebody was touched by almost every strike. Yeah, with those, yeah, the numbers that those Shadow Cats had, it's they weren't utilized enough on that wall. It kind of sucks that they didn't get the chance to, but 228 had a good strategy of, like I said, hiding in the basement, softening them up with strikes. It worked out well for them.
Alright, I'm going to get these guys switched over here.
Let me send you this. Let's take a better look at those numbers. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of yellow mechs on the 228 side, but they just, like I said, when they rolled out with that focus fire on, who was it? Therax and the Bushwhacker, and then onto Kingdom Come. Or was it Aiden Pride and the Roughneck? I can't remember, but yeah, they just, beautiful push when they came out. There wasn't a lot of Smoke Adder mechs there to share armor with and to help fight that push. Like I said, the Shadow Cats were up top, so they could do a little bit, but with the way the 2ER PPCs are on those mechs, you don't get a lot of shots before you start creating too much heat, so not a lot of well-used DPS. Like 2 might have been okay, but 3 in the wall is almost a bit much, unless the team stayed up top the whole time. But see, Therax having a decent time with that 392 damage, but couldn't get a component or anything. As well as Zylog with 140 team damage. You dirty, dirty man. That hurts, my friend. Not too much team damage numbers on the 228 side with Demento Graven getting 54, and a lot of hovering around 14s with between Whiskey, Zenthlock, Ober, and Morticia Melon. So
Yeah, it looks like they were nicking each other in the brawl. During the brawl push there.
yeah, just a little bit of friendly fire. You know, just in your back, because that's where I'm going to stab you, right?
Yeah. Was that a strike from Zylog during the brawl?
You know, it probably was. I know he did drop one. I think I was watching when he dropped one, but I can't remember.
Regardless, it was a pretty clean 8-0 victory for 228. So let's see what Smoke Eggers comes back with. And they did pick up Curlin this game. So for all you Curlin fans,
Our
he's
man,
going to
Curl on
be here.
TV. Good to see him getting a drop in here. Got to show him some love.
And smoke adders are locked.
Oh man, I was gonna do some map ban stuff or map mech stuff. It'd be pretty quick. Oh, everyone's ready to go. Hot dang. Yeah, hopefully he had a good sleep.
Just waiting on Aiden Pride to ready up.
His morning. Well, you can tell him I'm just having my Girl Guide cookies for breakfast, so. But he will have to wait, as we are now dropping in mechs. For drop 3. I assume smokers will have a different strategy for this one. There's no way that they would repeat that strategy. Like they said, 1 mech on top maybe for eyes and everything to put damage down, but 3 was a bit much. But I mean, it wasn't a bad strategy, just it's hard to make that one pan out.
Fleet command coming in. Capture the target area.
Alright, and we're in.
Figure why it's so quiet for me. Ah.
And we have a hold.
I was gonna say Kurlon knew, because Kurlon didn't move, everybody else was running. Should be a tough one too, because it looks like these teams came to brawl in this match. Look at the Smoke Adder side. Dante with the Ebon Jag, the Arctic Wolf, they got all 3 of them. Another Bushwhacker P2, 2 Javelins, and the Onion 2C. Yeah, Smoke Adders came to brawl. What do you see on the 228 side?
Yeah, it's 2A broad, 3 assassins, 2 stormcrows, a linebacker, a Nova, and a commando. So they are definitely one to brawl. Looks like they're gonna have the speed advantage on smoke adders here too.
What does he have on this Ebon Jag? Oh, 1 Ultra and 6 Medium Pulse. That is not a bad build. Oh yeah, looks like Aiden brought the LBX. LBX Bushwhacker, not a bad choice. You see, we know what's on the Onion 2C, so that's fine. Yeah, 228 bringing out the nice assassins. Frickin' Chortles with the Mohawk and the engine. He's got a drill in the front too? Oh, that's on his hand. Lord almighty. He's trying to win that mech design contest, that's for sure.
Yeah, Chortles is, you see his commando yet?
Yep.
He's got very poor lighting on this map right now, the way he's facing.
And he's got to be quick, because a few of those Smoke Adder mechs had time to get moving, so.
And we're about to get started here at 12:35. Yeah, here we go.
Let me come get some eyes on Chortles here. He's going to be the first one engaging or seeing what's going on.
Yeah, he's got a lot of bolt-ons on this commando.
Yeah. You know, trying to fix the hitboxes himself with all the add-ons.
It's like both teams are going underneath. Oh, I said that wrong. It was Chortles I was going underneath, and Smoke Adders as well.
Red Smith, basically the last guy going under. Yeah. So yeah, completely different strategy from smoke getters this time around. Right from the wall now to underground. Taking basement. Oh yeah, I see what they're trying to do. Dropping strikes from the underground. Try to soften 228 up a bit, but might not work since you're kind of limited to where you can drop them, so.
Yeah, no team having a cap advantage yet for this drop. So it's gonna be a little interesting. So we have a draw in 11 minutes.
Yeah. There's a lot less time in this one, so. See what they're doing underground here. Yeah, just riding the wall. I wonder if any of them have seismic. I mean, smoke getters are being smart and not moving, but I mean, it's smoke getters being smart, not giving away any sort of position, waiting, just knowing that they have to come in and fight if they want to do something about it. But like I said,
Yeah, so 228 is kind of pulled back out of the circle here, except for a couple of mechs. I guess that was just to avoid the strike damage, which they've been doing a pretty good job of.
yeah. Yeah, 228 basically got a mech on each side, trying to keep eyes. Although I say that, and I'm looking at the one side they are not, which is the smoke getters beta side. But not like there's any rush.
That Smoke Adders looks pretty content to just sit here.
Yeah, like I said, it's going to be hard for 228 to find which entrance to push in so that they are not getting lit up by both sides. Like I said, coming in that top deck side which would be the alpha side for smoke getters, would not be the door to go into. They need to push in the other two sides, the north-south. Yes. There's only 4 mechs firing at them, not 8. Basically where Kurlan is. They want to push on Kurlan is what they want to do. Sorry, buddy. You're going down first.
It is to note these are the SRM javelins, along with the SRM articles, and Orion has SRMs, and the Bushwhackers LB10s, so no SRMs there.
Yeah.
So it was interesting. They want to take a bunch of SRM2s after the AMS buffs here. I know a lot of teams have been avoiding them in the brawls. So enough AMS can just basically turn one max damage into nothing.
But yeah, Whiskey just getting almost clipped by a strike there. And it looks like 228 is giving up on that entrance. Yeah, it would have been in their highest priority to bring somebody with seismic here, but like I said, I don't see a lot of movement from smoke adders, so I don't know how much you would be picking up. And you don't want to peek in those doorways, that's for sure. We might have a draw on our hands here if nobody decides to push and get a redrop. Oh, I see what this is. Hiding under there, little guy? I see you. Can't hide from me.
He's not going to be taking strike damage there.
It's true. He is in a safe position. And he's still got eyes on Tofurky in case something happens, but...
Yeah, we're going to draw in 6.5 minutes. Exciting matches these are.
Yeah. Well, like I said, picking a strategy and sticking to it until it doesn't work is tough, because it's like there's no reason to not engage. Because like I said, if you just go to a draw, you just go to a draw. So it's kind of, you don't want to try and engage here and lose if you think you have the better position. And since they were already beat out by 228 in the last drop, it might just not want to. Although if this ends in a draw and this is Kurlan's only match, I'm going to be depressed. They never even got to shoot anybody. What do they have on these Stormcrows? 6 small pulse, 3 SRM6, and 5 ER micro lasers. That, you know, I might have to change my Stormcrow up. That probably sounds like a better build. Although, you know, if Smoke Adders has seismic, they are seeing a lot of movement. Because, as like I said, 228 doesn't care about moving around. They just got to avoid strikes.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting if Smoke Arrows wait till there's a minute left to push themselves out of the circle.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't assume that time is going to change, so it's all going to come down to mech deaths here.
I will say that the team that normally stays in the basement, they're at the disadvantage in a brawl if they push out.
Yeah.
Depending on where the other team is. So if they pushed out right now onto Whiskey and Over, they'd probably actually end up winning this fight because the other half of 228 isn't there. They're actually pretty far off right now.
Yeah. Yeah, in my mind, they would need to push out the bridge side towards Alpha and then come up to top deck. But like I said, if they knew they were split right now would be an amazing time to push. But they got no eyes and ears on the ground, so just holding that position. Don't do it, Whiskey! Don't do it! Yeah, Whiskey, Morticia, Orber, and Kuya Morphine looks like they're about to sneak in here.
Looks like they're going in on the wrong side. They're facing the wrong direction. Looks like the other half is trying to get in here as well.
Oh, yeah.
From the other side.
Trollo's moving in.
They see it's clear. And we've got a brawl.
Oh, this is going to be so hard in the basement. Oh.
That's what she said. Alright, Curlin down to 82%.
Oh man, sweet lord.
So Ferky down to 77%. This is crazy hectic.
Yeah, this I don't know who's Therak's going down.
Therex goes down.
This is mayhem. I got UNFO taking on basically 3 mechs here, and LOD Ghost, Ober, and Tofurky. The rest of them, I couldn't tell you.
And there goes Morticia.
Oh, and the linebacker.
Red Smith down to 46%. Dante and Abijay goes down. The Orion goes down with Red Smith and Kingdom Come go down. Down to Curlin. Curlin's down. Aiden and Zylog. And Zylog is the last one. So a really good rotation for 228 there.
You know, for how much for how much I could see, there was beautiful focus fire, obviously from the 228 side, but I had no idea because it was just a mess.
It was a scramble of red mechs moving towards and around blue mechs until all the blue mechs fell down.
Yeah, pretty much. We'll take a look at those damage numbers.
Yeah, pretty low across the board. Morticia is 79.
Yeah, I know. He was taken out pretty early there. He was the first one to go from the 228 side. Which is too bad with that linebacker, because he had machine guns as well, which would have been nice later on into the battle. But, I mean, like I said, for how fast it went, I don't know if it would have made a hell of beans anyways. get some more stats on there. But yeah, great numbers from the 228 side. A lot of, like I said, a lot of decent focus fire on them.
Yeah, the damage numbers look like they're pretty even across the board, except for Winchester kind of went down a little early.
Yeah, and our man Kurlon doing almost an easy 2 honey damage in there, so not bad. Send that. Oh lord, there was a a lot of team damage from the 228 side, but I mean, from where I was in that initial push when they were coming in on Kurlon, there was a lot of fire, so I don't think they gave a hell of beans who they were shooting at. So Tofurky with 53, Kuya Morphe with 38. Basically, the only one who barely touched a friend was LOD Ghost. And Therax on the other side with 2. So, yeah.
Yeah, it just shows how hectic a brawl it was. Both teams having quite a bit of team damage here. And it's kind of interesting to note that Curlin wasn't the first one to die, even though he was the first one. I think the Erics was the first one that actually went down.
Yeah, I can't remember how. It's hard to see. I believe Kurlon cycled out as quickly as he could after he seen the initial push, took a few shots, gave some back, and then cycled into where the rest of the team was. But yeah, Smokeadder's not ready for the way that push went, and that's basically exactly how I thought 228 should do it when they come into the basement. The other guys came from the center side where nobody was. I mean, they found that out the hard way because Chortles just went in as bait basically, and then with Whiskey and them pushing from the other side to focus on those 4 early mechs, it definitely worked out in their favor.
Yeah, it is. That actually one more Marco Polo from the teams while they're in the basement strip.
Yeah. And let me update the 22 kills. Is it 2? Yeah, Smokeadder's just having a hard time getting these kills off here. I mean, you can look at it. 228 is winning 22 kills to 7. But Smokeadder still had that one lucky cap win on drop 1, so.
Yeah, and five of those kills being drop 1 too. So here the HPG completely dominated by 228.
Yeah, great brawl pushes from 228 on this one.
So maybe it goes to show Smokehunters is just they're advantaged in trading mid to long range, and the 228 are advantaged in the brawl. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, well, we'll get a good look at it again in this next drop on Rubelite Oasis to see how they decide to work it on this one. Like I said, if I expect them to push, or not push, but hold the match like they did in drop 2 with the long range mechs, like we'll see how it works out for them.
Yeah, like I said earlier, there's so many different strategies you can do here on Ruby. It's going to be interesting to see what each team brings. We've seen as far as LRM strategies from 228 Blackwatch, camp strategies from pretty much every team so far.
Yeah,
and
almost everybody's done an Oasis drop so far, so. Actually, well, I mean, while we got some time, let's do a Mech Bay giveaway.
Here we go.
Right? Is that what I got to give away? Where? That is what I got to give away. Someone didn't come back to me yesterday as well. Yesterday? Friday. Whatever. Oh, I guess I should open. No, let's not do that. Dang it. Screwing it all up here. Skip the update, because I don't trust anything. Yes. Ugh, sniffer. Let's rock and roll. MW Leagues. Okay, gotta find Root goes. You gotta go. Boobot's gotta go. I gotta go. We'll run this. Who wants a free mech bay?
And smoke cutters are now not.
Trying to be quick here. It's like the big wheel from Wheel of Fortune. I can't stop this thing. And Witch Doctor. Weich or Witch Doctor, you're my man. So holler at me, System Belmont, in the Twitch chat to get your free mech bay, my friend.
Rigged.
I know he's not a bot. That name is too cool, so I don't believe it. Remember?
And we are dropping.
Aye, okay.
We're going to switch it over so there's no radio.
That's right. Ready to go.
Also, I noticed from watching this, don't forget to press Q after the drop here.
I pressed Q, didn't I? I thought I did. I usually do.
Yeah.
I got a system just pressing everything at once. Basically just hand slap the keyboard, right? Alright, smoke at her side. We got a Wolfhound. 3 of them actually, including the hero. Marauder 2C, Onion 2C, Mad Dog Prime, Hellbringer, and a Mad Cat 2B. What do you got on the 228 side?
3 Wolfhounds, a Dragon 5N, a Quick Draw IB4, and 3 Marauder 2Cs.
Enemy forces have Sigma. We have Gamma.
No, I bet you.
And those are large pulse, medium laser Marauder 2Cs. So it looks like 228 is trying to get in pretty close here.
I'm gonna lie to you. Q isn't doing anything if it's not supposed to be. I'll find out the hard way. And Smoke Adder smartly taking Theta as fast as they can. That is a tough one to hold, so once you get it,
Resource point Theta
you
is
don't want to
ours.
lose it.
Yep. Your Q, by the way, is supposed to light up the team with whatever color they are.
Oh yeah, they're lit up then. It just doesn't undo it now. Well, that's the way she goes.
Take it, Epsilon.
So it looks like Smoke Hatters is going hard to cover Kappa.
Yeah, it's not a bad place to be. Like I said, if they like that long-range trade, coming up to this platform here isn't a bad place to be, but
We
they...
have possession of
I don't know
Gamma.
if they're going to be up here quick enough. Like, the 228 is... Got 5 of the mechs here just ready to go. They're coming quick.
Yeah, I don't think either team knows where the other team is.
And we're just mellow with the first little bit of fire. I assume with the 3 Ultra 2s, yep, and that Dragon 5N.
Yeah, looks like she spotted their Wolfhounds here.
But I don't know, 228 might be at a huge disadvantage here pushing in, because that basically that old Smoke Adder's team is right here with those Wolfhounds. Although they are now not going the same way, so maybe they thought they were getting pushed. We could have had an 8-on-5 here. Ooh, we are ready to go here.
Yeah, it looks like the Brawl Sergeant Zylog's already taking 10% of his health here.
Whiskey and Chortle's just got to be a little careful about what they're doing here. Yeah, Whiskey taking some hard hits there.
And there's a huge strike possible coming down here. No, just missed him. My entrance already starting to turn orange here. His left torso is open. My entry on the Mad Cat 2-B.
Yeah, well, it's interesting with those Wolfhounds just zipping between, basically between the team. Ooh, this might be a good strike as well, coming towards Chortles. Unless I've lost my mind. Oh, I missed it. Not paying enough attention. But yeah, we got the Tofurky, Lelody, Ghost, and Zenlock just moving in the back here, sneaking in behind. They might be able to take one of these mechs out.
Yeah, this is going to be nasty here. Zylog spotted them coming in. But the 3 Wolfhounds in the back are going to be able to do quite a bit of damage here.
Yeah, gonna put Smoke Adders in a beautiful crossfire
We have
here.
gained Epsilon.
And Rendition goes down to the lights.
Yeah, my answer's gone.
Yeah.
Zylog in a very bad position here in his Mad Dog Prime. Oh, and he's ATMs.
This is we're putting a clinic on for a pincer move. If you guys wanted to learn how to do one, just watch this match over and over again.
Yeah, and that was a great job. I mean, the Wolfhounds somehow missed 228 sneaking around the back the long way. And yeah, they just massacred the Smoke Adder players as they came in there. It was pretty even across the board until the Wolfhounds showed up and hit them in the back, so great job by 228 on that pincer move.
Yeah, it looks like Tofurky's spotted on the UAV here, trying to fight Info.
Oh yeah, and he is...
Tofurky was hurting pretty bad.
Theta is controlled by
Yeah,
the
he's
enemy.
almost core CT, so he's gotta find a way to get the heck out of there or just fight until he's dead.
Yeah, he's pretty much one shot from dying here. We do have LOD Ghost pretty close by.
Zentlock is right there as well, but he's gotta be
Kappa is under
a
enemy
little bit
control.
quicker. Tofurky's still got 4 medium pulse lasers, but he's just holding on for dear life.
Just rotating like a beast.
That is how you do it, my friend. Holy smokes. Oh, whose strike that was either, but ruthless trying to get team damage with those strikes unless it's from Smoke Adder's UNFO.
They have resource point Gamma.
So Info down to 47% now. Tofurky able to get in some shots in the back.
Oh yeah,
And there he goes. Zenthal gets him.
that was a good job by Tofurky twisting a lot of damage off there. Trying to wait for some back
Yeah, he
end
was.
Zentlock getting there. And we're about to have another Chortles here in the quick draw. Just almost meeting up with the 2 Wolfhounds with Smoked and Red Smith. I don't think they're going to want a piece of that though, because they want to try and keep that cap lead running here. But with 8-2,
Yeah.
I do not think that's going to work for them.
No, it was working for a little bit. It looks like they're about to start turning Kappa over here. But Chortles is going to try and hold
Yeah.
it. And LOD Ghost as well.
That was a nice...
So he dropped a strike there on the cap point.
Oh yeah,
Actually hit Smoked with it.
that is right. Not in a good place to be right there. 4 mechs on them now. Red Smith just pushing out
Yeah.
hard. Smoked. I don't know what he's going to do here. Yeah, he's looking like he wants to run.
And Overfear comes in right at the last second. Red Smith gets legged. And that's a dead light mech. Now it's about to be 5-0 cap for 228. Just smoked alive for Smoke Adders.
Yeah, and all he could do at this point is hope that he meets up with Tofurky and tries to get a nice easy kill, but the rest of them are in a good enough position that he's going to have a rough time. Yeah, just barely getting out of the shots from Morticia Melon. Although it looks like he's going to meet up with Zintlock here. Nice quick light battle. Oh, that was all in the back too. That is it.
Enemy has capped enough
228 with another beautiful push and pincer movement before taking the cap lead on this one. Great job by 228. Smoke Adders, I think, had things pretty even until they didn't see the 228 Wolfhound group sneak in from behind, so too bad for them, because they might have had their wolf pack not zipped off and missed the 228 ones coming in, they might have had a better off time. might have been a lot closer, because I mean, look at those damage numbers. A lot of 581, 577, 400, 487, and the highest damage from Smoke Adders was my Antra, and that Mad Cat was almost 300, 292. Like,
Yeah, they're just in a really bad choke point, and when the Wolfhounds came in, they just pretty much cleaned up the entire team. For if they didn't turn around to shoot the Wolfhounds, they just died from back shots, and if they turned around to shoot the Wolfhounds, they died from back shots from the bigger stuff. So
yeah.
it was a really good move by 228.
Yeah, they needed those Wolfhounds, or a UAV at least, but like even then they were still being snuck up from behind. There was not going to be a good way to fight our way out of that one, so see if there's a lot less team damage in this one, which there is. Not even double-digit numbers in team damage, so a lot more clean focus fire. So a lot of components destroyed on the 228 side. Yeah, Smokehead is not having an easy time with focusing down a mech to take him out.
And let me swap these guys over.
Where is, there we go. Yeah, you can see they were pretty close on taking out Tofurky with that 37%, even Zentlock and the other Wolfhound, but everybody else was pretty healthy except for Chortles in that quick draw. So not another good one for Smoke Adders. So it'll be interesting to see what they do in this next drop here. Oh, I didn't send that to you. Oh, my bad.
It's alright.
Yeah, Britt Smith smoked, and Rendition in the two Wolfhounds. That Hellbringer just not getting over 100 damage from Smoke Adders. I mean, they were doing a lot of capping, so which almost worked for them because they were at a high cap advantage. But yeah, like you said, they couldn't. Once all the assaults went down in that first push, it was basically just spread out and kill from there. So not a lot that they could focus on. How many was that from? None. Yeesh. Yeah, 30 kills to 7 now on Smoke Adders. Like, oh, 228 just wrecking house here. Because where does that... Oh, that's the wrong div. Div D. Oh yeah, that puts it puts 228 way a huge mech kill advantage in this set. Because they already had 54, and now they're gonna have another at least 25? Something like that.
Yeah, it looks like 228 did end up winning this match, but let's see if a lot of these games have come down 3-2 victories for the winning team, with them losing the last drop. So let's see if Smoke Adders keeps that trend going.
Handing out some codes. Thank you, Witch Doctor, for finding me. It's very nice. I hate tracking people down. As Blazer, OP still owes me a message, but I don't think he is. I couldn't find him yesterday, so I quit looking. Although we got... I mean, I could do another giveaway. Let's do another giveaway, because I like giving away mech bays. And they are just waiting. Okay. Got time. Got a bunch of time. Add some viewers in. Bah. There we go. Ditch the route. Sorry you can't win nothing. I mean, we don't win nothing anyways, right? That's the way it goes.
Oh yeah.
Right there. Rock and roll for another mech bay. I gotta re-roll that. Witch Doctor has won again, and I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not taking the heat on that one, so I'm re-rolling. Sorry, Witch Doctor, you don't get 2 mech bays. You get 1 per match. That's it. I'm gonna re-roll this.
That's proof that it's rigged, yes.
Yeah, good luck though, my friend. If you win it a 3rd time, I'm not giving away anything.
Yeah, go buy a lottery ticket.
Yeah. There are no rules against giving you another mech bay, but I'm just stating my way I do things is 1 guy per match, so sorry about that. You are a lucky man, my friend. And Kuya Morphine, who's actually in game right now. You need to holler at me, System Belmont, in the Twitch chat so you can get yourself a mech bay stolen from our friend who just received one himself. So find me in chat, get yourself some free stuff. And I assume we are almost ready to go here.
Yeah, it looks like the board's green.
Just waiting for Aiden to give us the go-ahead that they are locked. Well, yeah, I assume we're locked, but... U2-8 still ready to go, just waiting on SA. I mean, they do have time. They might be working on a strategy for this next match, because the last one, like I said, a few things haven't worked out for them so far. And like I said, the brawl has not been good to them. So...
Alright, and we are good to go.
Fantastic. So, I mean, I'm hoping that Smoke Eaters tries to find a little bit better way to strategize their how do you put it? Whatever works for them. Like I said, I assume it's a long-range game. They need to figure out a way to implement it a lot better against the 228 here, because 228 has been just unbelievable at the brawl game in this one. Just beautiful focus fire and beautiful strategies into ways to destroy them. So, talk to me. What did 228 got on their side?
So it looks like they brought 3 Magnet 2-B, Commando 1D with Chortles, a Warhammer Black Widow, 2 Article 1s, and a Javelin 11A.
Nice paint jobs on that side again. Looking on the Smoke Adder side, we have Smoked in a Piranha, UNFO in another Piranha, Kurlan in the Warhammer 6D, a Victor 9S, a Mad 2C, Warhawk Prime, Hellbringer F from Rendition, and Aiden Pride in the Huntsman Prime. And it looks like he's actually the slowest mech here, or he's just the one in the back. But...
So, and for those that were wondering, the Warhammer Black Widow, it does not have heavy Gauss on it. It has 4 medium lasers and 3 rotary AC2s.
Ooh, that is an interesting build, that's for sure. Oh, we got a battle over at Theta already. Piranhas versus the Javelin and Commando 1D. No one getting Theta right off the bat, so... It looks like Chortles and Tufurky still want it. They're just on the bad side of that, though. Smoke Adder's having the good side for that cap, but...
Yeah, Chortles and Tufurky shooting down both UAVs that were thrown up.
Chortles being smart, trying to get that cap point quick. No one.
Here's Kuya Morphine getting Kappa. And not getting Kappa. The Overwatch from Smoke Eaters is too much for him. Scared him off.
They might have. Where is that UAV? I don't think that's gonna be long enough. I think Kuya Morphine. I'm too high, damn it. Yeah, taking Kappa now.
Confirming that we have possession of
Ensuring the cap lead on this one, not a bad way to go.
Tofurky is a little bit far up here. 88% gets shot by Rendition and Therax. If he backs up even more, Therax is going to have more shots on him.
Yeah, it was a bit too easy, too much of a push. But, oh, there's gonna be a missed the strike. Did I believe that strike hit Rendition, unless that was just a lot of fire from the 228 side. Therax in a weird position here. I don't think he just got mixed up by those damn. Yeah, that's where he wants to be, behind the real structure. Kingdom Come, I think he knows that Chortles and Tofurky are down there too. But and he came to brawl too with that LBX-10 and 2 MRM or 3 MRM-20s, sorry. Yeah, 228 making a good roll around here, trying to get fire on some of the other mechs. Now, minus Charles and Tofurky, it looks like 228 is banded together here, trying to make a hard push on Kurlon and Myantra.
Yeah, Tofurky looks like he lost an arm or something. In this fight here, the Smoke Eaters Overwatch is really taking a toll on the 228 lights. Meanwhile, the 228 main body is pushing into the long range support next Smoke
Yeah.
and the Warhawks and the Warhammer.
I guess I should come over there then. Or Kurlon! Just gotta live.
No, he's down. Myantra surrounded.
Kurlon being the first to go down for the Smoke Adder side, as well as now Myantra. I mean, like I said, Smoke Adder still have a good deal of mechs staring at those 228 mechs as they come across the bridges there, but Kingdom Come in that Victor not having a fun time against those Mad Cat 2Bs long range fire. Even Kuya Morphine here in the Arctic Wolf in a good position to put fire down on, yeah, Eden Pride and Rendition.
Yeah, Aiden Pride is the next target getting focused on both Arctic Wolves. Tofurky ends up taking out the Piranha, and Chortles is 30% on his commando.
But I mean, they have a good lead here right now. Still 8-3. Smokers don't have a cap lead either, so this might be it for them. It started out as a good set of eyes down range with fire. It just come down to 228 being able to push and find mechs out of position with Kurlon and Myantra, and just, yeah, Kingdom Come going. Therax about to go here, as well as Rendition. Yeah, both going down,
and that's the game and the match. 4-1 to 228.
Win for 228 again.
Yeah, Smoke Eaters was doing a really good job of having those sightlines open and just really tearing up those light mechs of T28. But in doing so, they were kind of ignoring the main body.
Yeah. Oh.
And it costed them in the end.
Yeah, Therax with a beautiful bunch of damage on the Smoke Adder side of 453 in that Marauder 2C, but just the rest of the team just couldn't make a lot of good numbers, especially with like the the Warhawk didn't get a lot, the Warhammer, the Victor, just none of them got a lot of good damage off, so yeah, it was a tough one for Smoke Adders. Get the good stats. Oh, you damn thing. There. That's for you.
Thank you very much. So we're getting Aiden, Whiskey, and Curlin in.
Yeah, not a lot of team damage again, which is nice to see, but 228 with a lot of components destroyed again. A lot of good numbers across the board. Like I said, a lot of even, nobody taking out a lot more than anybody else. Whiskey with 2 KMBDs and Tofurky with 2 as well. But yeah, Smoke Riders just didn't have a good time with the numbers there. Everyone got over 100 breaking that, but just not a lot of, maybe too many people behind cover. But it's hard to say. I was busy watching the pushes, not where the Smoke Riders main group was, where they were firing from. So it's hard to say, but a good win for 228. Are they here, you said? Oh no, waiting.
Not quite. So 228 still with more team damage in their brawl.
Hello.
Hey, Whiskey, how's it going?
Yes, sir.
Pretty good.
Just waiting on Aiden here.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
definitely a well-fought win, though. Good job on you guys.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's fun little matches.
Yeah. Do we know if Aiden is coming, or?
I messaged him asking if he is. Curlin is not coming.
Yeah.
So all you Curlin fans, Curlin TV, sorry to say he's not going to be here for the interview.
Yeah.
Might be too little early for him.
But he's got to get his mimosa, so he's going to be busy.
Yeah. And Aiden just wants a link to it.
You what, sorry?
Aiden was trying to get a link to this. Hey, what's up, Aiden?
What's up,
Hello,
guys?
sir.
What's up?
Hey, man.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you just fine.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry. When you're running 3 different chat rooms and push button, not push to talk, whatever. Blah 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 blah.
I know what you're talking about.
Well, those were some good matches tonight. I was actually glad. They were really interesting to watch, so.
Yeah, I bet you they were interesting.
It was a good drop one for you guys on the Smoke Adder side. You guys had a nice back and forth battle with the long range mechs on between the water and the beach side, and you guys were.
Yes. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, y'all had
actually-
me fooled. I saw linebackers and I was like, oh, they didn't rush.
Yeah, we were waiting for a possible LRM fight. So the linebackers, that's why I brought the linebackers and the assassin in, which was interesting. But when you guys pushed into the water, that was shock too for us because I didn't think you guys would run into the water. Which made sense after once you guys brought the rest of the mix around. I saw what was going on, but. We were waiting for an LRM. Everybody had been talking, and I know there's been some other matches that have played earlier in the week that were with some LRMs and stuff like that. So that's what we were planning on.
Gotcha.
Yeah, guess what?
Yeah, our original plan was to push south. Just below that cargo ship. But then I thought that y'all were bringing rush because I saw linebackers, so we deployed in a firing line in the middle of the water. But that kind of played into your range deck's hands.
Yes, yeah. I was looking for a little bit more. I don't know. It's funny because I've always planned for a strat in the water as well from that side, so it was interesting to watch that go down. So I learned something off of that. So I'll keep that in my back pocket if we ever have to play it again. So
Yeah, because what was your reasoning to take? Who was the legged blood asp? Did you want him to get the heck out of there and cap? Because I mean, he was hurt, but he still had all the weapons.
yes, so we had two. You were talking about towards the end of the match,
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
So
Therex,
once
I
we-
believe.
Yeah. So what happened is once I knew, once I saw that their mechs were the slower mechs, I knew we had speed advantage, and at that point I wanted to get caps. I had initially sent the lightest of our guys out. I did not realize that he had actually started to move towards capping also, which surprised me. But longevity, just trying to keep the match going with caps because I knew if we could get one or two casts, then we had a chance to still win that. Because a couple of our guys had run out of ammo from firing. I mean, that was the one thing that was the disadvantage with what we had versus what 228 had on that, is we were starting to run out of ammo for some of our mechs, or we were stick anyway.
Yeah, we had one lose all its ammo.
Yeah.
One of our blood asp ran dry.
Well, I think the difference there is
Yeah.
when the piranhas pushed into you guys, Aiden, with the smoke outer side, you guys had the chance to focus the piranhas down and take them out of the fight, which I believe is basically what won it for you guys. Because, like I said, with a lot of the hurt mechs that you had, they could have wiped you guys out pretty quickly there. So
yes, and we would. Well, we ended up paying for it because we didn't follow that same guideline across a couple other matches, particular number 4. We should have done the same thing, but we. So yeah, that was the one time I was able to get the map's shorter, right? So when you shrink that map down, you can spread out and still be able to get someplace fairly quick, unlike the other maps.
Yeah. Well, they were a lot closer than the other ones too. So, like on drop 4, I believe, like they were just on the other side of the, I don't know what you would call it there, the building and whatnot. But when the wolfhounds attacked, but.
Yeah, I do have a question for you, Whiskey. In drop 1, when you sent the piranhas in, what was your game plan there?
So we wanted them to wait a little bit more until we had all the attention focused on the annihilators, the Fafnir, and the blood asp. And I think they saw a target of opportunity, thinking it was just like one mech isolated. It was either a Faf or a blood asp spawn.
No, it was
me. But yeah, you had a bunch of friends around you.
Yeah, there was 3
you
there,
guys.
and then, I think Aiden showed up right after as well, or somebody else.
You guys also had good cover, so you could hide from the main body, and then you were able to just action on the piranhas and just take care of business.
Yeah, I was just wondering there. All right. Going in on drop 2 here. This is pretty eventful brawl, in my opinion. This was on Force HPG. You guys had a bunch of Stormcrows for smoke headers. Where you had the ERPBC Stormcrows up on top.
Shadowcats.
Shadowcats. Yeah, Shadowcats were on the top.
Yeah, sorry. I can't read, apparently. Yeah, so the PBC mechs were doing quite a number under the 228, who were just replying with strikes, and it just seemed like every strike they laid actually did something.
Yeah, it's funny. So this is a fairly new group of guys. I think probably out of the last 2 sets of with the World Championships and then the 6v6, we've had a high turnaround. So getting these, we were just trying to learn, feel each other out a little bit and understand that whole synchronization and getting more comp. So for us, this is kind of our like, for lack of a better term, it's our preseason. Unfortunately, it's not really a preseason, but I mean, it feels like that. So we are still working on comms, communication, and talking to each other and explaining, and kind of saying, calling things out. And we're getting better at it each week. But those artilleries, in particular, seem to be, somebody sees it and we don't really call it, or we call it and we're not really specific on where we see it. And so if it's behind the person, the guy never knows. So. And with those 3 up there, they're kind of isolated, so they have to really rely on each other to protect each other out. So,
Yeah, because what was your guys' plan for when they came out on that push? Because I believe it was Sterax and you were right there at the bottom of the gate.
So it was it was me, Kingdom, and I think Therax.
Yeah, he was in the Bushwhacker.
Yeah. We were supposed to be set up and ready to go for the push. We were hoping to be able to whittle down with 3 Shadowcats to kind of whittle down, and for the lights to maybe burn one or two of the lights. For me, it's about I look at the game from a light standpoint. It's usually the lights that end up really changing the game for most teams, and so trying to get those lights taken down and and out of the way really helps. In my opinion, really helps the main body because then they don't have to worry about watching their back all the time. And so our lights were doing a good job of giving us intel and telling us good without really being super exposed. But what's funny is 228 kept shifting from side to side, so we could really never get a good line of set up to really actually get a good firing line. And my one worry was that they would eventually come out right in front of us, which is exactly what they did. And I knew that if they did that, and we had not whittled them down with the shadow cats, that we could be in trouble because the shadow cats are on the wall, and once you do that, you lose the pitch, right? So it was a great move on their part to push right into us.
Yeah, it was a fun game to watch for sure. Which actually brings me into the third round here. You guys had the basement strategy there, Aiden, with a bunch of the SRM mechs, that being the 3 javelins and 3 Arctic wolves. Then I think it was an Eben Jag and a bushwhacker as well.
Yeah. So along the lines of focus firing, 2 major things got us. Number one was reaction time for the other guys on the other wall to push in and close that gap. That really hurt. And it looked. We started at first. We were not really shooting real well into body parts, and then we started to burn some of them. But by then it was too late. I mean, when you're fighting Stormcrows and they're running small lasers like that, you can really burn some stuff down. So, and they did it.
Yeah, it was really good focus fire by 228's part.
Yeah.
So it looked like, I believe, I'm trying to remember here. I think it was Therax went down pretty much instant, and then Kurlon right after that in his javelin.
Yeah. And then after that, I think Unfo, who was in the Orion, we had a comment, and he was basically saying, that asked it, we were supposed to push in. So again, new guys trying to get them to understand they need to monitor, look at the map straps beforehand and understand the map straps and ask questions before we get in there so they know what's going on. And so it's just one of the things we're just really trying to get more time and get more practice and start, understanding what things are, what we want to do as a team.
Yeah, I do have a question for you.
No questions. I don't take questions today.
What was it like having to fight against Morticia?
She's an enemy of the state, treason, and if she comes back, she'll be hung, because she went to the traitors. No, I'm kidding. Oh, Morticia, it's funny because obviously she's been with us for quite a while before she moved to 228, and so I know I know she knows us, and that's the other thing, so she knows some of our tendencies, and it gives them a chance to kind of ask questions, 228 in general. Hey, what are they going to do? What do you think? And of course, we've played together on a couple of comp teams in years past, so that was my only worry. But sometimes you just have to keep calling your strats and hope and fighting it because that's what you see. So she's a good pilot. It's too bad that she couldn't stick around with us and she had to go to 228. But that's all right. We'll get them back.
Yeah. So going into drop 4, looks like both of you guys really decided to lean on your wolfhounds in this drop.
Yeah, son of a motherless duck, man. God bless it. So they pushed too far out, and that's what got us. That's really what got us. And they tried to recoup, but then when I died, because I was fighting one of the wolfhounds, pretty much dead. 2 wolfhounds trying to get him. When I was able to jump in and kind of look and see where they were at, and I noticed how spread out they were, I knew we were going to be in trouble from then. It's something. Our lights are new. I mean, these guys have never played together at all in terms of being a light group, and so they're learning on the fly right now. And they called it. That's the funniest part about it. They called it as they were talking. They were calling like son of a gun, son of a gun. So I have to give it to 228's lights, man. They did a good job of waiting and being patient and then pushing in. Because I think we were holding our firing line pretty good until they got there.
Yeah, it's actually. Did your lights actually see them coming in before they got there?
No, I had to call them back. I actually recalled them basically, but it was too late by then.
Because your lights actually ran right in between 228's lights and your main.
That's funny. That's one of those things. It's that's that situational awareness. So, but I'm not surprised. I mean, I'm just not surprised because it's not hard with that map. You can really run right by each other and never see it on that map, unlike other maps.
And so, what was your game plan there, Whiskey?
We were was to set a firing line exactly where we had it, and then they were supposed to do the majority of. They were supposed to cap, but what their plan was not to spread too far out where we couldn't get them back in time to cap. I had sent them out to that location, but because that cap went fast, and I wanted to see who was out there, and then have them come back in, and I don't know what happened from there. So, and then the next thing I know is when I saw the 228's Wolfhounds, that's when I knew, called them, and then that's when I heard, oh crap. That's basically when you hear the oh crap, you know you're in trouble.
Yeah, so our plan was our Wolfhounds, we stacked them up in Charlie, and they moved through Sigma to around the Gulf 6. And so from there, what they're doing is they're scouting out FC, seeing if they can grab it, and also scouting up high Fox 6 or Fox 5. Our main body moved low to about Echo 6, where that one spire's at. And that's like our first decision point. So what we're doing right there is we're trying to see if they have range mechs on Echo 4 Ridge, if they got like a brawl push low in Echo 5, or if they're going high Fox 5 into Fox 6. So we didn't see anything, so that told us that they're going to be up high in Delta 5, Delta 6. So we took that first ramp, that's top right-hand corner of Echo 6. And we got high right there, and then our main body waited while our Wolfhounds got into position coming from Delta 4. Once Wolfhounds engaged, got them turned around, main body pushed in, and we were able to just pincer them.
Yeah, it was a beautiful pincer move there by your team there. Actually goes into drop 5 here, and drop 5 looked like it was a little bit more chaotic than drop 4 was. One thing I needed to touch on drop 4, my apologies. Tofurkey and his Wolfhound living forever.
Yeah, dude's a good pilot.
It was torso twisting like a boss against Runfa. Somehow managed to not die. I just wanted to touch on that real quick.
Well, from the last event, they were handing out those 4-leaf clovers, so he decked out his mech in that. So he was able to call on the Irish gods and dodge enemy fire really well. Pro tip right there, write that down.
Yeah, because he was almost red CT for that whole
Right,
fight in the end there.
Note to self.
Yeah, I don't know if you all remember in drop 1, I was the same way with my Annihilator.
Yeah, you were
So
17%-ish.
Yeah, it was pretty touch and go.
Yeah, you had one AC2 and one rotary AC2 left.
Yeah.
And you probably went like 30 kph or something.
Yep.
Right.
Annihilator can take a beating.
Oh, yeah,
I think it's a tank. Tank. I mean, it's still ballsy, though, to put him right out there in the water and just say, you know what? It's like you're giving the enemy the big proverbial middle finger. Hey, I'm right here. Be out.
So the drop 5 here, I know it finished the same way as drop 4, but it was definitely a lot closer in the damage numbers and the percentage. Kind of walk me through that one, Aiden. I know you guys had some long range setup. We're doing Overwatch on Theta really, really nicely onto 228's Light Mac.
Yeah, so the determining factor in my opinion on that whole thing is the Arctic Wolves. And us bringing piranhas were fast, but with Arctic Wolves and Splat, that really does a number on most light mechs regardless. And when you've got more than one and they're grouped together fighting, it's just you're gonna burn stuff down. If you can isolate them, it's good. But those guys stayed together pretty well. I mean, and they never stayed in one place, so it was very hard for the lights to try to get a leg up on them now. So that's a credit to them for keeping their guys together. Of course, the commando was just there to annoy the shit out of everybody, and he did it quite well. But yeah, it was a good. I mean, we were able to kite a little bit and keep moving. I didn't see the numbers on damage in terms of the SS 228's assaults and stuff like that. But that was the plan, is to keep moving. But once the Arctic Wolves cut that lane off for us to continue to kite around, I knew we were in trouble. So I was hoping that we'd be able to get up. I wasn't really looking forward to the Arctic Wolves, and so that's something I'll remember in the future.
Hey, did you see the main body coming up for your Warhawk and?
Yeah, I told him to back off. I told him to come off that ramp, and immediately, Kurlan saw you guys. Kurlan saw and made the call, and I told him to shift back over to where we were at and get off that backside and keep moving to the team. I don't know how far they got, and I was shooting at anything that I could see across that as they were coming across that ridge line over into that other side. But about that time, once they made their cross, they were actually there. It was when the Arctic Wolves got a hold of me, pretty much.
Yeah, that makes sense there. So, Whiskey, from your perspective, what was it? What was it like?
Well, so our initial plan, because we were expecting more of a brawl push, was we were going to set up like our firing line with our heavies and Delta 5 up high, with Arctic Wolves forward into Delta 6 for intel. We also had 2 lights trying to get data. So pretty quickly we saw that there was, your large lasers and PPCs coming from Echo. So I made the call to mass up the main body, and we just pushed straight into it. So we took some damage coming in from Fox 6, but we were able to shrug it off for the most part. I think I lost a UAC on my gun, on my Mad Cat, but I think the rest of them came out fine. And right before we crested that ramp that's right there in Echo 7, we set the Arctic Wolves in just to cause havoc and confusion. And then once we took care of those 2 guys, we wrapped from Fox 7 into Fox 6, and we were able to just keep the momentum and keep up focusing.
Okay, yeah, that it did end up working out in the end for you guys. Belmont, did you have any questions for Aiden?
I did not. We pretty cleaned up everything that we wanted to discuss on here, so.
All right. Thank you guys for the awesome match to watch and the cast. I know I had a blast watching it. Congratulations to T28 Death from Below for your victory over Smokeout. And Smokeouters, thank you for being a close, fun match here.
Yep, no problem, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, good job, Aiden, man.
Thanks for letting us cast.
See you, man.
Guys have a good one.
You do.
See you.
Bye.
So yeah, I'd like to, good job from 228 Death from Below. 38 kills to 7, that 4-1 win over Smokeouters 505. So that was some great match. Good to watch.
Yeah, great matches. We may have some more cast matches. I don't know, nobody's scheduled to cast the other matches today.
Kurlan, I've been asking him in chat. The 7:30 Eastern time is Toast and Saruman on the EMP match. I can't remember which one it is, but Kurlon has at 8:30. No, 10:30. Thinking my time. Damn it. What did he say? 10:30 Eastern time is the DSAG versus Cameron's Highlanders, which will be an interesting matchup for Div C. And then yeah, Toast and Saruman at an hour earlier for the EMP versus Div B Bananas match. So those two will be.
Yeah, I believe that's 42. The answer
Should be. No, the answer's fighting the Div A.
Yeah.
Is that the same thing? I don't freaking know.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Is that how that works? Where's this?
Yeah, Div B Bananas and the Div A
Aardvarks.
Aardvarks are the same team. It's like the same fight.
Okay. I don't know how that works. It's been driving me nuts all freaking season. So yeah, it'll be EMP versus 42 the answer on MWO Leagues 1 at 9:30 Eastern, and then on MWO Leagues 2 is DSAG Command Cluster versus Cameron's Highlanders 10:30. So stay around for that later tonight, and everybody will be enjoying some more sweet MOR action. So
yeah, thanks for letting me co-cast with you, Belmont. It's always fun.
no problem, pleasure to have you. So yeah, again, good win for 228. Smoke Adder's got a little bit of things to work on, but like he said, they got a lot of fresh faces in there, and they're trying to work things out. So good win, and we will talk to everybody tomorrow or later tonight.
All right, see you
Have
again.
a good one.